So we talk a little bit about the relationship between Shinto and Buddhism. So when I go to Japan, often I see Shinto shrine and the Buddhist temple in the same property. And I
Yes.
think it's a very confusing for some people. Is Shinto the same as a Buddhism, and Buddhism is same as a Shinto? So if you could explain to us why this is happening, that'll be wonderful.
Well, again, so Shinto originated deep in prehistory. Buddhism's history in Japan is approximately 1,500 years old. So it was introduced from the continent, from China, from Korea. And they coexisted rather nicely. So in fact, the name Shinto didn't exist before the arrival of a Bukkyo. So when Bukkyo, the teaching, the study of a Buddha, arrived, the name Shinto came about as a response. Shinto had existed forever, but it was so close. There was no subject-object duality. They were so close. There was no name for it. So the name came about, in fact, as a response. Shinto, meaning kami way, came about as a response to Buddhism. Before that, again, no subject-object duality. We don't have a name for a nose, or our own particular nose. It's just too close. There's not enough separation to name it. And so the name came about after the arrival and introduction of Buddhism.
Interesting. I would imagine.
And then, of course, they coexisted very nicely. For instance, in some instances, it became hard to know whether a place was shrine or temple. I think there were a series of edicts during the modernization of Japan during the time of the Meiji Restoration that kind of formally separated them. People had to, if a place was going to be the tera, the temple, it could have a bell, but it shouldn't have a torii. If it was going to be the shrine, then of course the Buddhist priest should have no hair, and the Shinto priest should have hair. Some Shinto priests exceptions, but still no hair. I could be nicely in between the two worlds, but they were separated by a series of edicts. But there are still many examples of. There are examples where that separation has not really happened. It's not incredibly uncommon for Japanese people, to say, "I so miss New Year's in Japan," and they mention as something they miss is Joyo no Kane, the ringing a bell 108 times. Well, that's a Buddhist practice. It never happens at a temple. It never happens at a shrine. It happens at a temple. So sometimes there's still confusion in people's minds to this day. Our parent shrine, Tsubaki Old Kamiyashiro, has a Buddhist hall on the shrine grounds, a temple, a Buddhist temple, called the Gyomando. It was built by my main teacher, my late teacher, who was Sendai Guruji, and he built that. At one time, Tsubaki Shrine in Mie Prefecture was a very large complex of shrines and temples that were more or less destroyed by Nobunaga Oda, and Sendai Guruji at one time felt that the Shinto and Buddhist priests who lost their lives at that time, the people who suffered at that time, had never really been enshrined and their souls had not been pacified. So he built a Buddhist temple, the Gyomando, to enshrine and pacify those Mitama, interestingly enough. So there exists on the shrine grounds a Buddhist temple that's cared for by Shinto priests.
Wow. So they truly lived side by side, and maybe sometimes the separation was not so important, especially for the commoners. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow, interesting.
So of course, Buddha is very welcome. Buddhas. So Hotoke-sama, Buddhas, and the Kami-sama, of course, get along very well.
So I would assume, I wanted to ask you this question, but this is what we call Shinbutsu Shugo. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Wonderful, wonderful.